The morality that Jesus, our Master, teaches us is very radical and extreme, is the highest imaginable morality. In Old Testament times, they had the rule, an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. Does that sound brutal? If someone put out your eye, you were entitled by law to put out his eye. You could do to him exactly what he did to you. That was called the law of talion. That's kind of a way that the world operates. You do something to me, I get back at you. Actually, the law of talion was not as bad as what is often done. Many people will respond to injury by giving a greater injury. You put out my eye, I'll kill you. Not just put out your eye. Actually, the law of talion was a restriction on vengeance. You could only go so far in getting even. You couldn't go beyond. He put out your eye, you can put out his eye, but no more. That was the idea, the morality of the law of talion. Jesus' morality is so much higher than that. He says, if someone hurts you, do not retaliate at all. Do not retaliate. He put out your eye? No, don't put out his eye. Don't do anything to him. That's the way of Jesus. You see how radical that is? How far above the way of the world? You might say, can I defend myself? Yes, you can defend yourself, but not get vengeance. Not get vengeance. You can defend yourself. If he puts out your eye, you can do something to prevent him from putting out your other eye. You can stop him, but you can't put out his eye. That's the way of Jesus. You see how radical it is, brothers and sisters? The way of Jesus is not the way of the world. It's far greater. The way of Jesus is the way of God. When we follow Jesus, we're following the ways of God far above the ways of man. Jesus calls us to this highest morality, and he gives us the ability to do that. Because we have Jesus Christ inside of us, we can act the way he would act. Only because we have Jesus Christ inside of us. And that's what Holy Communion is about, isn't it? Having Jesus Christ inside of us so that we can think the way he thinks, act the way he acts. Be like him. Be like Jesus Christ. That's why he gave us Holy Communion, so that we could become more and more like him, be in communion with him. Jesus calls us to be like himself, to be like God. Please stand now.